Okay, so here we go. What is gaslighting? Gaslighting is a form of manipulation that often occurs in abusive relationships. It is a covert type of emotional abuse in which the bully or abuser misleads the target, creating a false narrative and making them question their judgment and reality. Ultimately, the victim of gaslighting starts to feel unsure about their perception of the world and even wonder if they are losing their sanity. Gaslighting is psychological manipulation of a person, usually over extended a period of time, that causes the victim to question the validity of their own thoughts, perceptions, or reality, or memories, and typically lead to confusion, loss of confidence, and self-esteem. Certainly one of the emotional or mental stability and a dependency on the perpetrator. Okay, now that I went through a lot of gaslighting. My husband would anything that he would do wrong, he would blame it on me. And that's basically what gaslighting is. It's blaming what you do on the other person. You make the other person feel as though they are they're in the wrong. That they start believing what the gaslighting is. Like, you're ugly, you're mean, you're never going to get somebody else, you're a loser, and they start believing it. So, yeah, that is what a gaslighter is. How gaslighting works. Gaslighting is a technique that undetermines a person's perceptive of reality. When someone is gaslighting you, you may second guess yourself, your memories, recent events, and perceptions. After communicating with the person gaslighting you, you may be left feeling dazed and wondering if there is something wrong with you. You may be encouraged to think that you are actually to blame for something, that you are just being too sensitive. There you go. Okay. Gaslighting can confuse you and cause you to question your judgment, memory, self-worth, and overall mental health. It may help to know more about the tactics a person who is gaslighting you may use. Lying to you. I'm not gonna read all of this because this is a long thing. Okay, this one's just, oh no, wait. People who engage in gaslighting are often habitual and pathological liars, and frequently exhibit narcissistic tendencies. That is 100% true. It is typical for them to blatantly lie and never back down or change their stories, even when you call them out or provide proof of their deception. They may sometimes like you're making things up, that never happened, or you're crazy. Discrediting you. People who gaslight spread rumors and gossips about you to others. They may pretend to be worried about you while subtly telling others that you seem emotionally unstable or crazy. Unfortunately, the tactic can be extremely effective, and people side with the abuser or the bully without knowing the story. Additionally, someone who engages in gaslighting may lie to you and tell you that other people also think about you. These people may have never said a bad thing about you, but the person is gaslighting. You will make every attempt to get you to believe they do. I'm going to flip over here. Shifting blame. Blame. Shifting, another common gaslighting tactic. Every discussion you have is somehow twisted to where you are blamed for something that occurred. Even when you try to discuss how the abuser behaves makes you feel, they're able to twist and convert the conversation so that you end up questioning if you are the cause of their bad behavior. For example, they may claim that if you only behave differently, they would treat you the way they do. They wouldn't treat you the way they would do. Using compassionate words and weapons. Sometimes when called out or questioned, a person who gaslights will kind and loving words to try to smooth the situation. They may say something like, "You know how much I love you. I would never hurt you on purpose." These words may be what you want to hear, but they are inauthentic, especially if the same behavior repeats. That said, they may be just enough to I can't get the papers open. There we go. Convenience you to let them off the hook, which allows a person to escape responsibility or consequence of their hurtful behavior. Rewriting history. A person who gaslights tends to retell stories in a way that are in their favor. For instance, if your partner shoved you against the wall and you are discussing it later, they may twist the story and say you stumbled and they tried to steady you, which is what caused you to fall in the first place. You may be able to doubt your memory of what happened. Encouraging, confusing, or second guessing on your part is exactly the intention. Okay, so recap. Gaslighting can include a range of tactics, including lying, distracting, minimizing, denying, and blaming. When you are dealing with someone who uses gaslighting as a manipulation tool, pay close attention to what they do, not the words they choose. Signs of gaslighting. Being subject to gaslighting can cause anxiety, depression, and other mental health concerns, including addiction and thoughts of suicide. For this reason, it is important to recognize when you're experiencing the gaslighting. Ask yourself if any of the following statements are true. You doubt your feelings and reality. You try to convince yourself that the treatment you receive is not bad or that you are too sensitive. You question your judgment and perception. You are afraid of speaking or expressing your emotions. You have learned that sharing your opinion usually makes you feel worse in the end, so you stay silent instead. You feel vulnerable and insecure. You often feel like you walk on eggshells, which I do on a daily basis. You feel vulnerable and insecure. You often feel like you're walking on eggshells around your partner, friend, family member. You also feel on edge and lack of esteem. Okay, there's so many here. Let me see how far we got to go. Okay. You feel alone, powerless. You are convinced that everyone around you thinks you're strange, crazy, or unstable, just like the person who is gaslighting you says you are. This makes you feel trapped and isolated. You wonder if you are what they say you are. The person who gaslights you says words that make you feel like you are wrong, unintelligent, inadequate, or insane. Sometimes you even find yourself repeating these statements to yourself. You are disappointed in yourself and who you have become. For instance, you feel like you are weak and passive, and you used to be strong and more assertive. That's me. You feel confused. The behavior of the person gaslighting you confuses you, almost as if they're Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. You worry that you are too sensitive. The person minimizes hurtful behaviors or words by saying, I was just joking, or you need thicker skin. You have the sense of impending doom. You feel like sometimes terrible is about to happen when you are around the person. This may include feeling threatened and on the edge without knowing why. You spend a lot of time apologizing. You feel the need to apologize all the time for what you do or who you are. I do that all the time. I'm told, stop apologizing, Deb. You feel inadequate. You feel like you're never good enough. You try to live up to the expectations and demands of others, even if they're unreasonable. Me. You second guess yourself. You frequently wonder if you are accurately remember the details of the past events. You may have even stopped trying to share what you remember for fear that it's wrong. You assume others are disappointed in you. You apologize at the time for what you second guess yourself. You frequently wonder if you're accurately remembering the details of the past. You may even have stopped trying to share what you remember for fear of it is wrong. You assume others are disappointed in you. You apologize all the time for what you do and what you are, assuming people are letting you down or that you have somehow made a mistake. You wonder what's wrong with you. You wonder if there's something fundamentally wrong with you. In other words, you worry that you are not well mentally. You struggle to make decisions because you distrust yourself. You would rather allow your partner, friend, or family member to make decisions for you and avoid decisions making together. And that is gaslighting. If you have any questions about gaslighting, please leave a comment. I would love for you to comment, subscribe, and share. Sorry, I forgot that one. I'm not going to do another one right now, but I will do another vlog probably later this evening. I need a little bit of decompression here. But yeah, please subscribe. and I hope you enjoy these. Thank you for watching. And I just dropped my phone.